Coming here. Somebody told me over lunch that in the 90s it was very popular that if you wanted to change an organization, you have to start by creating chaos. I think we've seen it because somebody just came to me and said, could you please explain what's going on because nobody gets it. So welcome to the first, as far as I know, ITC World Cafe. Now what's the idea of a World Cafe? The idea is that if we are meeting in a meeting room, we have a certain kind of atmosphere that makes for a different kind of meeting. So today we thought we create for you the atmosphere of a cafe, including the music, but sans café. Because of course we like to keep the carpet nice. So it's no problem because, you know, as Theosophists we're very disciplined, so we can do a couple of hours without. Now, what's the idea? What are we going to do today? We're going to actually mix a lot, because we've been working 3.5 days in the same group. And now it would be nice if we could connect with that same group, but can we do the same thing with the rest of the people here? Can we actually align? So what we've done, we've prepared 3 questions for you. And those 3 questions, they line up to, let's say, the key elements for the Naarden Declaration. And I can already tell you there's a bit of stress in the ITC board because we don't know what's going to come out. But you know, because it's in here in the room. So the only thing we need to do is we need to write it down. How are we going to do that? Oh, yeah. 3 questions, 3 rounds each. That means that you're going to move around a lot. So you have about 15 minutes to speak with the people on your table about one question. And as you've seen, there's pens, there's paper on the table, so please write, draw pictures, use colors. If you need more paper, Jan Willem will bring you new paper. Just stick up your hand and Jan Willem will come around, bring you new paper so you can draw more. After 15 minutes more or less, I'll give a signal and you move to a different table. One person stays on the table. And the first thing you will do when you get to the new table is that this person, let's say the chairperson or the facilitator, whatever we want to call this person, is going to tell you what happened in the previous round. More or less. And then we start to connect to each other. And this way we hope that we can share ideas with the whole, let's say, system that is present here in the room. Clear? All right. Yes. Yes, please.
In the second and the third round, you add...
Exactly. You add ideas to what's already there. And of course, you bring from the first round on your first table as well. So we build on what's already there.
So what do we do with the paper?
The paper stays on the table.
It stays at the same table?
That's right. It stays on the same table.
You're going to collect them all, then, the paper?
Nope, I'm not going to collect the paper. That's the next thing I'm going to tell you. Because after 3 rounds, I'm going to ask you on that same table to draw out some key words, some key elements that you think are really relevant to this question. And we're going to share. And you have some colored paper. Oh, sorry, I apologize for that. You have some colored paper on your table. And it's nice and small, right? Because we're getting more concise all the time, right? And we want you to write big. Key words. There is brown paper in the back of the room. In the back of the room, down there, and there's not a lot of space. Right? So what we're going to ask you to do after 3 rounds, when you've summarized together with the last group and you put some keywords on here, I suggest you use maybe about 1 or 2 for every question, that the chairperson that's on the table goes either to 1 or next to 2 or onto 3 and put the paper on there. Now if you walk over there and you see that there's already something there that's very similar, put your paper on top of it. So we already start grouping more or less the relevant items. And of course our assignment for today, or our challenge, is to come up with key elements that actually the small group of people who will draft that Naarden declaration later on tonight is going to have a very simple job. Right? Why are you laughing? We have the faith. We have the faith, yeah. So what are the key elements? We have to facilitate ourselves. It's okay to have fun. Speak with your mind and your heart, and April, listen with your heart, right? Yeah. Slow down. Have time to think. And instead of pushing your own ideas, let's see how we can link with the ideas of others. And while we're listening, let's see if we can find certain patterns, things that keep coming back. There was already some patterns on the first night here, so I'm pretty sure that you can find them. And if you do, play, doodle, draw, use the pens that are on your table. Leave something there for the next group that's coming. Clear so far? Okay. I have here one table with 3 persons. I have one there with 5. Could one of you come to this table? Yep. April?
Just clarification on the note.
The notes are only for after 3 rounds. After 3 rounds.
So where do we write? On the table?
You write on the table. You write on the big white paper on the table. That's a good question. Okay. Here goes question number 1. Question number 1. Join a group. Here. There's enough space. Aaron, please come. Question number 1. You have about 15 minutes. You don't have to finish. What is our vision of the future of the Theosophical movement? So us working together. The big picture. Go ahead. Sorry, Arend. Zou je hier aan willen schuiven? Zou je hier aan willen schuiven, want ze zijn met z'n drieën. I've never tried this in a real cafe, but I think I should try that. I don't think it will work. So these we keep until after 3 rounds, okay? So you don't use these yet. So please, one person stays on every table. If there's a facilitator that facilitated the workshop before, that's the logical person to stay. And we move to a different table. Not all together, but just split up. 4 people, every table. Hoi.
Het lukt niet zo, joh, met mijn oren.
I'm starting to turn purple. Patricia. We're getting the hang of it, right? So after you've just walked to, again, a different table, you start from what's already on the table. And then you connect from whatever happened on your table. So we build from the first idea on. We're going to switch one more time. All of you, please, to different tables, once again. This table is doing well. That's good to know. Loudly. So let's take a few minutes with this table to see if we can find any patterns that have been coming back on the tables that we've been sitting on. And see if we can find some keywords to name those patterns and put those on 1 or 2 of these.
With number 1.
And please write big so that we can read it later on. With number 1 on it, yes. Thank you. This table's not done yet, but looking at who's at this table, I think they will never be done. Until they reach, of course, relative perfection, right? So let's go around the tables and let's see what keywords we find. I'm kind of curious if this resonates together, if we sing to the same chord here. So, Eivor, just pick a table. Some keywords. What keeps coming back? Patricia?
We would like to have future movement without any label. When we will start to think about all of us, without any label.
Label.
Yeah,
Without labels.
Yes, we will.
I understood labor,
Oh,
but without any label. That's
Sorry,
a big difference.
my English is awful.
It's
Sorry.
very good. Thank you. I was
So,
not listening
no
correctly.
labels on our forehead.
Thank you. That's a very good point. Thank you. Jenny, please pick a table. What did you write down?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, the one thing that came up right away is unity. Just unity, not limiting it to theosophical unity, world unity, just unity.
Unity.
Big red unity.
Big Red Unity. We like that. Thank you very much. Hey, we're just pick another table. And Jenny, same for you. Just find a table.
A lighthouse where we can recognize ourselves and each other.
All right. That's a nice picture there. Nice image. Yep. Yep, let's hear it. Please pick a table.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, there's a number of ideas here on the table. Three of them I picked out, and it's about unity. It's about a united vision, united spirit, united voice. So that's about unity. Another one, which all groups mentioned, is that in the future Theosophical movement, the entire world, or we will be visible for the public arena, so everybody will know about the Theosophical principles. And of course, it's up to them what they do with it. And the third one is that this future Theosophical movement will be a supportive community. A Sangha was mentioned here at the table, based, of course, on Theosophical principles and the Theosophical life.
Thank you very much. Yep.
We have, just with regard to the future, we just wrote down these numbers, and the numbers are 20, 2075, and so we thought that would help you remember that anybody walking into your branch or your lodge today who's 20 years old will be around in 2075.
Ooh,
what are we doing today to create the right conditions?
That's a good picture. Thank you very much. I think there's already a microphone. Yep. Yep. Please go.
We have as goal awakening humanity, and the means are by skillful means, beginning with youth and wisdom by example.
All right. So I hear the unity coming back. I hear the youth coming back. Yes, Rolf, over here.
Yeah, of course, unity we have two, unity and brotherhood. And we have two other keywords. We need cooperation and support to come to this. Yeah, support the three lines, religion, philosophy, and science.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much, Sieglinde.
Okay, then I will just continue.
All right.
I have to get up. So at our table we have also unity.
Actually, most of the people are behind you, so it's okay if you turn around. Yeah.
So we have also unity and inclusiveness. So that is even another expression for that. And we have mentioned that can be done by attraction by enthusiasm, because it was mentioned here that our own enthusiasm attracts other people. We form a center with this of attraction. And then we have done that little picture, show it around, that is, we have to build up, and we have not yet done it, the time was too short. At the top there should be a clear vision. And then this vision should be worked on by integration and change, and that leads to a regeneration of the society, of the movement, sorry. Yeah, so that is something we could work out. So
Thank you very much. Yep, please go.
Okay, well, there is this great sentence, forward with H.P. Blavatsky, and we added it, forward and spiraling upward with H.P. Blavatsky. And we have this spiral even in this table.
All
and
right.
because the ground here is very good with all the awareness, raising awareness and unity and so on, and Sangha and everything, but all is meant to be upward in this theosophical solar system.
That's a beautiful picture. Thank you very much. One more? Over here? Over there? So it's going to be 2 more? 3 more.
So we have moving beyond boundaries, labels, boundaries, in a worldwide connection, where the sky is no limit, to create a brotherhood of man. And if you want to sing it, we can sing it.
Thank you. Barend?
Different streams, one river leading to the ocean. Different streams stand for the different tradition, but if you want, for the different individuals who forming the one river who leads to the ocean. So we are able to create a magnetic influence in the world. Almost the same as Jos already said. Everybody should know where they can find Theosophy, in which part of the world you are. If you knock on the door, you will be open. So we have to be there. People should know that Theosophy exists. And that all, of course, we have 3 papers, we were a little bit naughty, because of the service for humanity and in different fields.
Thank you very much. It's a beautiful picture. Yep, we're going to come to here as well, but first we go to this table.
Okay. When we talk about the unity, we are asking about the common ground. We need a common ground. Like this, you see, 3 circles, and there must be common ground. And the common ground, we thought it is just the masters and the HPB. This is the common ground we all can agree together. So the Theosophy coming through the HPB and the master letters. And there is a symbol, I remember, maybe some of you can explain, Ashwata Ziyu. So the tree which has the roots in the heaven and coming down with the blah, 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 blah. Thank you.
The tree of life. Yes,
yes,
thank you very much.
The one thing that came back in all 3 rounds was to live Theosophy. And then during the discussions, we thought it would be very important, but we couldn't find the right word for it, so maybe you could think along, to get the essence or the right translations of the books into a practical application for this world that we're living in now. And the other thing that was really important in that is to share those experiences and how to do that in cooperation.
Nice, thank you.
We have 3 points. To unite on the basis of spiritual unity, to prepare ourselves. Second, to use our successful experiences to help the world. And third, help the world to understand the purpose and the issues of life.
Help the world. Good point. Thank you very much. This table over here. And then we do 1 more and then we're going to move on. Yes. 2 more.
Yes, the question is, what is our vision of the future of the Theosophical movement? We have many keywords, but we say normally in psychology, if you need to give something, you first need to have this. How is our vision about the unity for the world, for this movement, if we need first go to the unity? If we don't have in our in our €1, we don't give any kind of euro. We need to have first the unity.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think that's a very good step to go to the next question. So we haven't been through all the tables, but that's okay. We're going to move around after the next question as well. Now, please, if you haven't done it yet, put a number 1 on these answers, because if you don't, you won't know what to put up where. Same thing. So we stay, one person stays at the table, and it's going to get more and more complex. Get to a different table. We haven't been yet. Question number 2. Question number 2. And you have new paper if you need. There's new paper. Let's go to the next table. Let's go to the next table.
I think you shortchanged us a couple minutes.
Let's go to the next table.
That's what I said.
I'm also in.
So what'd you write down there?
Let's do like the girls from Ipanema. Let's go walking. Let's go walking to a different table. So if you listen through these 3 conversations, what keeps coming up? What keeps coming up? Let's see if we can find some key words to answer this question number 2. Keywords. On 1 or 2 of these papers, so Baran, don't cheat again. So what came up? There was already something over there that came up. So Jan Willem, could you give the table? Yes, to Paulo's table. Oh, no, the next one. Yes, thank you. And then we go.
Well, we even tried it without words. But it started with a very good question. If it says if you need a beacon of light, then you also need something where the beacon of light is coming from. So then we drew this, a lighthouse.
On an island, do I see that correctly? Yep, with a tree.
So, and of course, then you have to ask yourself, okay, where does the lighthouse is grounded on? And then we have placed it in the ocean of Theosophy.
Oh, nice. Isaac, please.
Well, the answer for this question, the Theosophical movement, first I don't understand beacon of light.
Beacon.
After acceleration.
But now you do, huh?
Now I know. Our answer is this. To recover or to give this answer to the inspiration from 100 years from now, first we live a true theosophist with open heart and mind. In other words, if we don't live, but okay, it's not easy, but if we don't live, we only speak. We only go to the lectures, we only go to the Congress, but we are the same as another person who don't know anything about Theosophist. With this, your sample, your life are at the first popularization of the Theosophy. You don't need to give lectures. You are the lecture.
You are the lecturer. I like
yes,
that.
It's like the sample of the this is Christian saint who only give the sample of his life, and he give the best lectures in his life. And with this, we popularize with Buddhist simplicity the Theosophy. We need, and this is declaration, we need stepping stones. It's not easy.
Stepping stones.
Stepping stones. From the Buddhist simplicity all the way up to the sacred doctrine. Slowly, but we go to there. And the last, we put theosophical art to inspire current and future of generations.
Philosophical art to inspire. Nice, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, we're going to go to this table because I left them out last time and I'm in trouble. Mr. Whiskey.
That's the good part. Well, we have three things, and I have to translate it for myself. Source, if we see the beacon of light, like the sun. The sun gives free. You receive it and you give it for free. That was the talk. One. Another. The beacon of light is not a physical beacon of light, but we are all a beacon of light. And that means help each other to be a living example of Theosophy. And that means that yourself also a beacon of Theosophy is. And the last one, that is very important, remain focused on the true, always light.
Remain focused on the truth?
Yeah.
Of light. Yeah.
Of light, yes.
All right, thank you very much.
It is not good as the beacon of light is disturbed.
Ah, okay.
So we thought that what we need more than ever is to make the Theosophical movement a beacon of light as young people. So we spent a lot of time trying to connect. How do we connect with young people? So several ideas are: listen heart to heart without boundaries, empower youth to discover the spiritual light and life purpose. And of course, we have to live the life to do that. We have to be magnets. We have drawings of magnets to realize that. And we have to translate the principles by the way we live into new ways to communicate and to connect with young people.
Thank you very much. Now, I know there's a lot more things, but it's going to come up on the wall, so you have time to read it, because there's one more thing that we really need. It's coffee. So we'll have a 15-minute break, and then we go for the last round. 15 minutes. We get some air in here, we get some coffee. So from the volume of your voices, I take it that the coffee worked. I just learned a very valuable trick. If the paper is full on your table, you can actually turn it around. So if you have a very difficult negotiation to do, you know, there's a big trick, right? The most important point you only bring on the table when everybody's really tired. So this is time for the big question. It's actually not so difficult. How will we work together towards that vision? So what is going to be our commitment to each other? One more time. 3 rounds, draft, doodle, draw. 3 times 15 minutes. Let's go. Number 3. Let's move. Let's move. Let's move. Let's go to a different table. She can never stop, but it's okay. You can move anyway.
I have him at my table.
I called her trouble. I told her that's 3 questions.
You're still trouble, huh?
Actually, it's 4.
One more time, let's switch. One more time, last table. Make it final. Make it good. So what are the patterns that emerge? What are the ideas that keep coming back? What is it that we need to have as a part of the declaration? Please, one more time, keywords. Keywords. How will we work together? What is our commitment to each other? What is key here? Key. You, I think 2. The more keywords you give us, the more work we have tonight. Key. 1 or 2 of these post-its. Keywords. What keeps coming back? What keeps coming back? In every conversation you've had, what keeps coming back? What's the key idea? What's the key word? So let's share. Evert, pick a table. Who's got something to say?
We will work together towards that vision, going forward with common roads.
Common roads.
Yes.
Sounds good.
But
Thank you very much.
going forward.
Going forward.
Yes.
Not back to Blavatsky, but
No.
forward with Blavatsky.
Yes.
That sounds good. Thank you. Yep, next table. Just pick a table.
Yeah, thank you. We have 2 kinds of commitments. One is more of a principle commitment, and the other is more about a practical commitment. The more principle commitment would be to the fundamental principles of the teachings of HPB and the Masters, the common ground we all have. That would be something to be in everybody's head. And the practical commitment is more about having clear goals together and step by step making these goals a realization. So do meetings together, like this. Do projects together and build trust together. And if you build trust together, there comes commitment back again. Then you have to circle it around.
Nice.
So
Go
that
for a
was,
circle. Work together.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep. Over here.
So this is very similar, so I'd like to just share it. It's very similar. Serving the world with an open heart. The common ground is theosophical wisdom, and we do it by working harmoniously together, and all that implies.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Yep. Over here.
We're having a party over here.
All right.
We kept hearing about all day long, well, what could we do? What work can we do to come together, all different groups? Well, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate our diversity. We're going to have a party and celebrate.
All right. Yep. Oh, over there, in the back, yes. In the back, yes.
Yes, we reduced our results to 4 words. For the how, we have trust and cooperation. And for the commitment, we have integration and initiative.
Beautiful. Short and sweet. Thank you very much. Yep, just move. Yep, let's go. We have 3 microphones and a lot of hands. You need Jenny, not me. Yep, over here. Jos?
Thank you.
And then we go to the back.
Well, first of all, and I haven't heard that, is say yes. To yes towards that vision and these goals we have discussed and we will later work out during these days. So say yes, make yourself available, and the next step would be to prepare to work out a strategy towards these goals, and very importantly to create action plans or projects, as another group mentioned. So we can do something.
Projects.
Say yes, and we'll have to do something, and we have to do it, of course, harmoniously. Yeah.
Great, thanks. Yep. Joke? Or Johanna?
Work. Yes, it's work together as the fingers of one hand. Cooperation to become inspirers in your own lodge, and serious commitment.
Okay, good. Bring something back to your own lodge. Rafael.
Okay, so we thought about how to work together. That's the question. And then we thought there's some things are necessary and there are some practical things related to that. So it's necessary to have respect, tolerance, open minds, to bring HPB to the future and identify problems and solve them together. But then the practical part of this would be the creation of international theosophical projects in which people that have similar interests could develop these topics together internationally. So the ideas came that could have, for example, international project of art and theosophy, science and theosophy, education and theosophy, media and theosophy, and also the idea of creating a collaborative blog with different voices to register the things that were happening in an international perspective. So this kind of working groups or international projects were the idea that emerged from this group.
Project keeps coming back. Thank you very much. Rolf.
Yeah, how we will work together. First, we have to respect everybody's own swabhava. We have to cooperate on a Buddhic and Atmic level. Criticism must be allowed, yeah, in a constructive way. Mm-hmm. And our commitment is to make Theosophy a living force in our lives.
Good point. Thank you very much. Yep. Over here, Erwin? No, he already has a mic. Thanks. Yep.
Now, okay, now it works. We thought a good way to work together is find a common cause. Because in line with Maatjoon's letter, we think that truth can be recognized in the solution of the man's problems and also world's problems. So that's a way to start.
Thank you very much. Jan?
We discussed a bit about the good momentum this meeting offers, and that we should work on the general principles and for the younger people as a focus group and so on. But what we also did was in this group discuss a bit about the obstacles that we might encounter on this road. Mm-hmm. So one of the suggestions is that we should organize in the not too near future a kind of an open discussion on the roadblocks for a future cooperation which goes more intense, and how really in practice to build the conference, maybe by working together, doing things jointly, and as an attitude to open up some more to the different organizations, the branches of the large theosophical tree. And two practical points to help in that respect, that ITC, the conference organizer, should stay in place as a catalyzer for joint efforts and could fulfill a certain role there, and that an exchange center for the spiritual cooperation that we're aiming for should be put in place.
Nice, catalyzer, nice word. Thank you very much. Where do we go? Over here. Yep, Henk?
Well, for us it was also a few things which are already said. Is the enormous importance of seeing each other face to face. I mean, the motivational possibilities of such a meeting as this ITC, you cannot say that Skype will give that. And in the same time, there was the very practical thing from, well, coming together, okay, but it must be always very well prepared, the meeting. I mean, it's not to give the responsibility to the organizers, because the people who are coming here are also responsible for the organization of the ITC. So please all give your ideas of well-prepared ITC meetings in the future.
That's a project in itself, right?
That is, yeah. I mean, otherwise I think now something, I think, very Buddhic happens, but it has very much to do with the preparations for this conference.
Nicely put, thank you.
Yeah.
And I think we're all
One
getting
aspect.
a big hand from the sky right now. Yep. Please.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to add anymore. On all kind of groups, we have said so many things already. I think, let's call it the Arupa level, it's very important to carefully guide this process of intercultures exchange. We also talked about the conferences, compliments from my side, from a lot of sides, I think, about a good preparation. I think that is very important also, that when people come together and they do so much effort, that it's really worthwhile, and that a good form also creates a lot of good energy, like you said. So I said these conferences, is a very good practice already. We also talked about maybe a kind of group that is guiding, monitoring this process, which is already done, but maybe possible also in another form, that you make kind of SWOT analysis of the history and how you can go on with this, the good things, the bad things, the strengths, the weaknesses, etc., that you analyze them, and guide this process.
Could you help me here? What process are you going to analyze?
The whole process of what
Organizing?
I would also prefer an analysis of these cultures of the different organizations in the past. What were the blockages? What were the differences? What are the strengths? What they developed? What are the opportunities to bring things together? So make a more distinct analysis of this. Analysis of these different cultures.
Okay.
Yeah. And the blockages, but also the opportunities, of course.
Learn from the past.
Yeah,
All right.
and go further.
Thank
so
you.
I would like to have a group who is carefully guiding that, or looking at it at least. And of course, all the other beautiful things that I mentioned.
Good.
Good projects and things, and not to forget the young people. That's
very good.
Also very important for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else? Something to add? All right. Well, before we go to a couple of messages, can I just congratulate you, because you guys have been working really, really hard and very concentrated together. And I think even before we have a declaration tomorrow morning that we need to put into action, we've already accomplished quite a big deal together. Look at how we've been working together. Look at how we're concentrated on each other. Look at how we lost more or less our colors and became like this beautiful bouquet here in the middle. It's blended. Really great work. I think we have, yes. One thing, yes? Here's a mic coming.
Just like you were congratulating everyone else for doing it, I think we should congratulate you for leading the process.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I also have to say, I'm just one element of a very big group that's making this happen. They're sitting at the door, they're working in the kitchen. And there's another facilitator here who helped me prepare that. That's April. John Knebel, what did you want to say? There's already a guy with a mic next to you.
I've been asked by several people here, and I'm very happy about it, to give you a little information about resources that are on the internet on the Mahatma letters. We started with the Maha Chohan's letter, and that set the tone for this whole thing. But many people have asked how to see two things. Number one is a wiki. Everybody knows about Wikipedia, you know, how it works. There is a TS wiki, which includes the text of all the Mahatma letters, second edition. And that website can be accessed as www.tswiki.net. And that's on that whiteboard flip chart over there. And the other thing people have asked me about is the archived classes that I did a couple years ago, 2.5 years of classes, some 200 hours on the Mahatma letters. And that's more difficult to find. That's at the TSA website, which is www.theosophical.org. And you from the pull-down menus, look at the resources. Now I've forgotten it.
But it's over here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Online resources, then look at webinars and archives. And it's, if you need any help finding it, you can email me. I'll put my email address up there as well. So those are two wonderful resources that are available to people who want to study the Mahatma letters.
Thank you very much. Yep, great stuff. Then we go to Young Kind.
Okay. The Lost and Found. I'm so glad I got something to do.